Hello and welcome to ATI 4205. In the last session, it was stated that order picking is the most labor-intensive operation in a warehouse, and it's an important process of the warehouse operations. Any increase in order picking time or expenses will reflect directly on the customer. The process of locating the item, traveling to that location, the reach, grab, and put in a box needs to be optimized to ensure fast response and customer satisfaction. Heuristic methods of generating short pick path has been discussed and examples were given in the last session. The optimum path was calculated also. In this session, we will continue addressing path optimization and some of the challenges of order picking. In addition, we are going to address order picking methods and equipment. The calculated optimum path should be implemented in the warehouse. So yes, you did calculate the optimum path, but once you calculate it, you need to implement it in the warehouse. If a new path was adopted, order pickers should be informed, and in some cases, you need to train them on how to travel, where to travel, what to do, what will be the process or the new process of picking the item through the aisles. To ensure that the instructions could be included in the warehouse management system, if we have a management system within the warehouse, then you can include these steps and you can give them the direction that the order pickers should travel after making each pick. This slide shows the pick list of an order, specifying the aisle, the bay, the item number, the quantity, and the direction to proceed. The value of the optimization will be based on the type of material we are dealing with, the size of the warehouse, the size of the order, the frequency, in addition to other factors that is custom to the company or to the nature of that product. The company could invest in an optimization software to identify the optimum path. They could also outsource to a third party or could depend on an experienced order pickers who found the shortest path over years and years of experience in the warehouse. The main objective of finding the optimum path of order picking is to increase productivity, reduce cycle time, and increase accuracy. We are aiming to reduce labor and handling, like the material handling and costs associated with order picking, which will reduce the overall cost for the customer. In addition, reducing the cycle time will reduce customer response time, and the company warehouse can respond to customer order faster than the competition. These objectives might conflict with each other, creating a problem that leads to trade-off and to selecting an objective with higher priority than the other. To measure order picking productivity, we need to measure the rate in line items picked per hour, or the number of cases picked per hour, or maybe pallets picked per hour, which will be based on the low-high volume warehouse and the type of item we are dealing with. Since the time of picking an item is the same regardless of the picking method, productivity gains are usually in the form of reducing the travel time. To reduce cycle time, we need first to know what's the cycle time. Cycle time is the amount of time it takes to get an order from order entry to the shipping dock. Over the past few years, customers' expectations of companies to provide same-day shipment has put greater pressure on competing companies, reducing cycle times from days to hours or minutes. When they respond just in minutes, and you can see Once you place an order, in few minutes after that, you will receive an email saying that your order has been shipped. Having all paperwork digitized made it easier to receive the order, approve transaction, and immediately release orders to the warehouse for picking. Once they pick, it will be marked as shipped. So again, it might be like few minutes, it might be few hours, but again, you might receive in the same day that the order has been shipped. The warehouse or inventory management system will provide an instant digital list of the items to be picked up. The release of the list will enable concurrent picking of items within large orders, which will reduce cycle times for the warehouse and the response for the customer. All warehouse operations should be subject to accuracy audit, and accuracy will make sure that the right item be received, the right item stacked on the right shelf, and the right item picked up, and the right item being shipped. Every decision you make in setting up a warehouse will have some impact on accuracy. For example, if we say product numbering scheme, if the product numbering was not efficient, then that will affect the warehouse accuracy, or it will impact accuracy. The design of the labels, if the design of the labels was not efficient or not productive, then it might affect or impact accuracy. The product packaging, the way that you package these boxes or products or items, is very important because that will add also or will impact accuracy. The design of picking documents, the location numbering scheme, the storage equipment, the lighting conditions. If the lighting is not enough to for them to see, for the picker to see the numbers, or for the one who put the item on the shelf to see the number, then they might put it in the wrong place. And the picking method used to ship the item. So all these affects the accuracy or impact the accuracy of the picking or the orders that's been picked. We mentioned order picking methods before, but the next few slides will be describing the piece picking or the broken case picking or the pick-pack operations. In this system, individual items are picked, and those methods are the discrete order picking, the zone picking, batch picking, cluster picking, wave picking, and the hybrid picking. Discrete order picking is a method of picking orders in which the items on one order are picked before the next order is picked, which means the picker goes through one order at a time, grabbing an item line by line until he or she is done, then move to the next order. It's the most common type of order picking because it's the basic and simple to understand. Advantages, it's that just the simplicity of that way of picking or that order, ideal for paper basic or based picking if it's in the list in an order in paper, and provides fast response time for order fulfillment. It can easily track order picker accuracy. The disadvantage is that it's the least efficient methodology as it requires a significant amount of travel time compared to other methods because it's not using the optimized time, it's not using the path that will give you the shortest time to respond. The second piece picking method is the zone picking, which is a method of order picking that involves dividing stock keeping units into a series of different zones, with each warehouse employee trained to pick within an assigned zone. An order may be moved down a conveyor system from zone to another zone to have items added. So basically we are moving the box between the different workers, different pickers, and based on the zone, everyone will be responsible for a zone. So it allows zones to be configured based on different criteria such as the fast moving and slow moving and SKUs. You can create a zone dedicated to certain SKUs. It's useful in large warehouses that deal with a high number of SKUs. It can increase picker productivity by optimizing processes, reduce congestion, and cut travel time. With zone picking, balancing work across zones could be challenging. Batch picking is a method of pulling inventory which pulls stock to fill multiple orders simultaneously. The primary benefit is that it requires the picker to visit each pick location only one time or once while filling several orders. You bring just a batch of items that can be distributed on the different orders based on the number or the quantity in all orders. And that will eliminate repetitive trips coupled with optimized picking routes, reducing travel time, making pickers more productive, and lowering labor costs. The cluster picking is a methodology of picking into multiple orders containers at one time. The containers could either be either tots containing order patches, discrete order shippers, or discrete order tots. There are two main piece picking systems that benefit from the use of cluster picking. Pick-to-cart operations, in which a cart would be loaded with multiple tots or shippers, and the picker will make one pass through the pick zone and sort to the pick containers, thereby avoiding unproductive travel. The second is the vertical lift modules or carousel operations. Utilizing the independent zone picking technique, the picker would set up the pick container patch. This would initiate the mechanism or mechanized pick modules, and the items would be sorted to the proper pick container. This technique is used to optimize the vertical lift modules and carousel pods by limiting the number of machine cycles. The wave picking is very similar to discrete picking in that one picker picks one order, one SKU at a time. The main difference is the scheduling window. Orders may be scheduled to be picked at a specific time of the day, which is usually done to coordinate and maximize the picking and shipping operations. The hybrid picking is a combination of two methods or more, such as the zone batch picking. This is a combination of the methods in that pickers are assigned a zone, just like traditional zone picking. However, they are also directed to batch pick within their zone and have a scheduling window. And then we have the zone wave picking, which is a combination of the method of the zoning. As we said, that zone will be assigned to a picker within their zone, and all the SKUs for all orders that are stocked in their zone, in that zone, and one order at a time with one scheduling window per shift. And then we have the zone batch wave picking, which is the most complex combination of all of the order picking methodologies. Each picker is assigned a zone and picks all SKUs for orders stocked in the assigned zone. Additionally, the picker picks more than one SKU at a time, and there are multiple scheduling windows per shift. So the problem now is what method or which method is the best? Choosing the right order picking method will be based on multiple factors. So it's not like easy to choose, but it will be based on the different factors that we talked about on the warehouse operation and the way that you are doing your business. An evaluation process of the alternatives should be done, and the proper order picking method should be selected. In most cases, a hybrid method will be selected, and the hybrid method will combine many, so in case that you have a problem with certain area, then at least it can be covered by another method. The piece picking equipment, either static and the order picker need to go to the shelf to pick the item, or an automated system that will bring the item to the order picker. This slide lists some of the most used equipment or shelving methods, such as static shelving, carton flow rack, the carousels, horizontal or vertical, the automatic storage and retrieval system, the automatic picking machines, the pick to light, where when the light is on or green, then pick, when it's red, don't pick, barcode scanners, voice directed picking, and automated conveyor and sortation systems. The case picking operations tend to have less diversity in product characteristics than piece picking operations, with fewer SKUs and higher picks per SKU. The basic case picking method is product sorted or stored in pallet racks or in bulk in floor locations. The batch picking is rarely used in case pick operations, primarily because of the physical size of the picks. The zone picking can be used in case picking operations. However, like batch picking, the size of the picks and the size of the orders, in most cases, pick operations do not lend themselves well to zone picking. Wave picking can be applied to case picking operations where you have very large orders with many picks per order and are looking for ways to reduce cycle time. The case picking equipment might slightly differ from the piece picking due to the size. Some of the common equipment are the pallet rack, the flow rack, the carousels, also we use them here, and then the automated storage and retrieval system, and the pick to light. Also we can train or use the green light, red light, where you can pick if it's green and you can stop picking if it's red. And we can use the barcode scanners and the voice directed picking and automated conveyor and sortation systems and the lift trucks. The full pallet picking is also shown or known as unit load picking. That's when you have a big size of load, and usually it comes in pallets. The systematic methods for full pallet picking are much simpler than the piece pick or case pick. However, the choices in storage equipment, storage configurations, and types of lift trucks used are many. You have lots of options, more options for the pallets. The picking methods for pallets, of course, still, although it's different, it might be different, but we can use some of the methods that we used before, like the basic pallet picking. We cannot here do batch picking because that cannot be applied here for pallet. It is like a whole big amount of, or a huge box, so you cannot do batch picking here. The zone and wave picking, where pick zones are used to wave picking in a pallet picking operations. The storage area is broken into zones to eliminate multiple lift truck operators from picking in the same aisle. And then we have the task interleaving, which is a method of combining picking and put away. Lift trucks operators will be directed to put away a pallet en route to the next pick. Some of the common pallet picking equipment are the pallet rack, the automated storage and retrieval system, the automated conveyor and sortation system. We can still use the conveyor with the big pallet, where it will divert the boxes or the big pallets into the required direction or the shelving area. The barcode scanner, where it scans what number and what SKU for that pallet, the whole pallet, and that will be also directed either for shipping or for storage. And then we have the voice directed picking, and then we have the lift trucks. There are many other or common equipment that's being used, but it depends on the product, it depends on the company, and it depends on the technology that will be used in that company. So that will be all for the session. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you and have a great day.